Hi everyone, I'm Maeve, and today I have a P.volve workout that combines standing moves using the P.ball with mat exercises using the P.band. By now, you've used both of these pieces of equipment, so this workout will allow you to try some more challenging variations to sculpt your upper body, lift your booty, and build a stronger core. So let's get ready to work. So I have Danny and Christina with me again today, and we will begin today's workout using our P.ball, and then later on we will grab our P.band and the mats. But first, let's get started finding our P stance. Feet hips width distance, shift your weight in your heels, lift your chest. Now roll your shoulders up and down your back, engaging your arms, reach forward. Step out to your left and rotate your hips to the left, opening up your hip, and return to your P stance. You have 3 more like this. So step out, rotate, reach the arms, and return. So we're warming up the right ankle, engaging the glutes, and finding that rotation through our torso. Last one, perfect, and return. Now take your wide open step to the back, reach down, frame your back knee, and return to a P stance, arms overhead. 5 more. Step down, reach and frame, lift up, and squeeze. So we're stretching the right inner thigh, and then using the inner thigh to return. You have 3 more like this. And challenge yourself with this, see if you can step farther out, getting a deeper stretch, and really control from your abdominals. This is the last one. And hold. Internally rotate from here, catch the ball of your foot, bring your arms down. Right arm to 90 degrees, left arm to the hip, squeeze the inner thighs, lift up, and press your hips back as you reach. And return. We are stretching in this internal rotation, so your standing right hip should be feeling the stretch. Your inner thighs are activated, and you're lengthening through your obliques. So try to lift up before you reach over. Last one. And bring it back. Perfect, return to the P stance. Second side, step out, rotate a little bit, and then return up and in. So it's small here, just rotating through our left ankle, keeping the strength in our arms, through the fingers, and in. Last one, and return. Wide open step, frame your back foot, and then return and reach. Good, so step out and frame, and then up and in. So if you really step out far, you will feel your core engaged. Drive off through this front leg, through the heel, and reach down towards the back toes. Perfect, last one, and hold. Internally rotate, bring the arms down, create the 90-degree angle, hand on the hip, and stretch. Press the hips back, and squeeze. Good, so again, you're letting your pelvis move with this. Reach the pelvis back, and then lift up and over with the top arm. You have 3. Good, now squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze the glute. 2. Don't forget about squeezing that right glute. Last one here. And rest. Good, return to the center. Let's grab our ball and get started with this workout. Ball is in the hands, arms are strong, shoulders down, and reach it out to your chest. Step back with your heel down, reach up and stretch, and then return to your P stance. We'll move a little bit quicker here. Heel down, stretch up, reach and squeeze. So this is all about the stretch in your left calf and then through the front of your abdominals. Look up to the ceiling, follow the gaze with the ball, and squeeze the back glute. You have 2 more. Catch and reach, sit, last one, and return. Find that position, hold the ball at your chest, bend it in. Now threshold. Back an inch and up. Reach and in. So challenge the distance of your back leg. You can see that Danny's really sending her back leg back and then in. Again, the initiation is from your standing glutes. So that right glute is fired up. Last one, and hold. Lift your back heel, squeeze the ball, forward fold over your front leg. Nice long spine, and then lift up, squeeze the core. You have 5. And lift. I will turn to the side so you have a better view of this. Straight spine, knee is not moving forward. Squeeze under your standing glute. Now find tension in your ball. Reconnect with your abdominals and lift that back heel for 2. Good. And last one, pull those hips back, stretch forward, that's it. And rest, perfect. Come to your P stance, shoulders down, and let's take this on the second side. Arms out. Step back, catch and reach. and sit. Heel down, arms up, and in. So we're moving quickly. We are balancing on that standing leg, firing up those little stabilization muscles in your standing ankle, engaging the abdominals, and we're stretching with this for 3, perfect, for 2, good, look up with the eyes towards the ball, last one, good, and then return here. Arms come to your chest, squeeze and threshold, reach and in. Reach it out, bring it in. I'll turn to the side for this one again, and in. So just focus on getting your back heel down. So if that means you need to shorten your range, that's totally fine. Reach and in, 2 more. Drive, pull it in. Last one, out and hold. Squeeze your ball, lift your heel, lift up and forward fold from your left hip. Nice long spine, and then lift and squeeze. So you're working from your standing glute. Spine is straight, core is up, press through the heel, lift and squeeze. You have 3. 2 more like this. Squeeze your inner thighs to help you stabilize. Press through your left heel. Last one, try and lengthen your spine even more. Lift up with the abdominals and return to your feet stance. Perfect. Now we bring the hands into the strap, so press out, find your P stance. Same open 90 that you did in the warm-up. Frame the foot, and then internally rotate, catch and reach. 7 more. Frame, rotate, and squeeze. So we stretch the inner thighs, we engage the inner thighs. Open the pelvis, and then close it off. Feel the resistance in that band. Engage your back, press out, and in. 2 more. And squeeze. Last one, and hold here. Bring your arms down, squeeze your ball, lift up, release your left hand, rotate back, reach your left arm forward, and then press into the ball and squeeze. Rotate, then right here, squeeze. So use that ball, use your abdominals, and use your chest. Good, so you can see she squeezes the ball, and then she opens and rotates. Good, so we're working between activating and then stretching out. For 2, and rotate. Last one, and reach, perfect. Come back to the center, bend your elbows, squeeze your ball, hinge forward, lift your back leg up. From here, squeeze across, take it center or tap. So this is just for your left inner thigh. Stability, squeeze, and reach. Working on the stabilization in your right ankle. Keep the weight in the right heel. Last one, squeeze your ball. Perfect, and release. Bring it down. Roll your shoulders out, second side. Arms out, press into the strap, and let's begin. Step out, frame, lift up, and squeeze. So open your hips, reach, and then turn it up and reach. Good, so you can see that the weight is transferring into the back heel, into the front heel. So the inner thigh gets stretched, and the inner thigh works to bring you back in. Your core is staying tight, and just continue to think of this as a reaching and lengthening pattern. Last one, and hold. Bring the ball to your chest, release your right arm, lengthen it out, squeeze, and rotate. And squeeze. Good, rotating around. And again, press your right hand into the ball, and you can let your pelvis rotate. So this, there you go, yes. So you should squeeze your right glute, and do you feel a deeper stretch in the front of your hip when you rotate?
Yeah, that's
yes.
great.
Last 2. This one should feel good. Last one. Beautiful. And hold. Ball back to the chest. Squeeze, shift your weight forward, lift it up, and then sweep your midline. In and release. Remember, option to toe tap and release. And if you're feeling unstable in this position, continue to toe tap and also continue to press into the inside of your standing foot. And notice how when you press into the inside of the standing big toe, that the inner thigh turns on all the way up and engages your core. Last one, perfect, and release. Great job. So now we'll put the P-ball on, so you can just unclasp it, step into the loop with the logo upright and forward. And we will continue to work the outer thigh and the inner thigh and glutes, but now we have the resistance. So remember to bring the ball all the way up, frame the logo with the strap as best you can, and then find your stability in your right foot. Take your left leg back to the staggered position, and take your left hand to 90 degree, hand on the hip. Shift your pelvis out, toe tap, reach, and bring it in. So notice how my pelvis drives out and in. So your pelvis moves through these big movements, these different rotations throughout your day. So we were just mimicking that and adding resistance. And squeeze. You have 3, squeeze the inner thigh, stretch, and in. Last one, hold. Bring your 2 arms down to your side, 90 degrees, squeeze your ball. Now lift from your elbows in this uppercut position, shift forward, and float your foot if you're taking the full range. Fire hydrant. Lift and squeeze. We are doing 6, and squeeze. Engage the core at the elbows down, and then stretch the core, elbows up. For 3, toe tap if you need between. For 2, lots of balance here. Last one, perfect, and hold. Bring your hands to triangle, sit back into your standing glutes, find your core. Now lift your pelvis, straighten your leg, and then bring it in and squeeze. 6 like this. We slow it down a little bit, focus on stability. So as I've been talking about, you need your weight to be in your standing heel to allow you to balance. You're stretching your inner thighs, you're squeezing your inner thighs. Opening the pelvis, good, and bringing it in, and you can toe tap in between again if you need. Last one, good. Find your balance, lengthen your leg out, sit back. Here we go, 8 leg lifts, up and down. Feel that band, 7. For 6, straighten your left knee, 5. Keep a soft bend in your right knee. It's all about the length. The obliques are fired up. For 2, last one, hold, and find your P stance, squeeze that ball. Perfect, switch your feet, second side. 3, 2, 1, reach and drive, and bring it in. So shift the pelvis, and then bring it back. So imagine that I'm coming over and pressing your pelvis out, shift, and then bring it back in. Working the side body, working the inner thighs. You have 3, and in. Weights in your standing heel, and in. Last one, and hold. Good, engage your core. Bring your arms in, get the weight in your standing heel. Float the elbows up, pull the shoulders down, lift the foot. Bring your elbows down, squeeze the core, and stretch the core. Outer butt works, inner thighs work. Full body happening here. Lots of stability. Continue to sit back in your standing left heel. For 2, open your chest. Last one, and hold, triangle position. Now find that balance again, and then tilt to the side, and squeeze. Good, tilt and reach, and squeeze. Perfect, so allow the pelvis to open, and in. Good, so I'm just focusing on the pelvis moving, so if you're not extending your leg to the full range, totally fine. You have to put your toe down in between, also fine. Take one more, good. And then we will all meet in that extended position, wherever that is for you. Sit back, lengthen, lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, last one, hold, and bring it down. Beautiful, that one is not easy. So now we get to come down to the mat. So let's grab our mat and we'll hit a plank series. So also make sure you grab your P-band. We will be using that in just a moment. But first, let's hit our plank series. Coming onto your hands, lift your pelvis up, engaging your abdominals. You're externally rotating, so bring your heels in towards your midline. Feel how your thighs wrap in on the ball, and release. 7 more. Heels in, thighs out, and release. You are squeezing underneath your glutes, opening up those inner thighs, and the whole time your pelvis is staying neutral. and release. You have 2 and release. Last one, perfect. And from here, bring your heels in and just lift your pelvis up an inch and squeeze. Up and squeeze. In the option, you are shifting back and squeezing. And notice how both Danny and Christina have their heels facing in, their thighs are out, so you're in external rotation, engaging the outside of the glutes more, opening the inner thighs. You have 2 and 1, perfect. Nice job. And you can swing your legs around however's easiest for you. Slide your P.ball off, and we'll put the P.band on. So you can just move your ball to the side. We are finished with it. And remember when you put the P.band on, to place your palm on the letter, the 4 fingers go through, and then Velcro over your wrist. And then we will begin in a kneeling position, working on our back, our posture, and of course, keeping our glutes activated. So once we have these on, remember to hook your thumbs underneath. Keep a long line with your wrists. So you'll be in this kneeling position, shoelaces down on the floor. We'll come all the way up to the top, squeezing your glutes so the hips stretch, core is tight. Shoulders roll down, find tension on your band and float up. So you can still see the band if you look up with your eyes. Now internally rotate your arms, palms turn out. Perfect. Sit and reach the arms overhead. Come all the way up to where we started and squeeze. Sit and stretch, and then squeeze and open. You have 6 more like this. So focus on stretching your glutes and then squeezing your glutes. And the internal rotation is small, so you don't have to turn your palms out super far, just to what's comfortable. Engaging from your back, so try to keep your neck long, your shoulders down. Last one, and hold. Turn your palms back to the front and sit back into your P stance. Now send your sits bones back as you stretch overhead. Take your left arm to a W, pull down. Perfect. Reach up and then pull it down. Nice. So we're working on that left lat, keeping the right arm still, keeping the chest up. Reach and pull it up. You have 3 and squeeze. Last 2 and squeeze. Last 1 and hold. Nice job. You can rest your arms just for a moment. Let's set up in that forward lunge with the left leg. Squeeze your glute, roll your shoulders down. Now find your box position. Pull the hands apart. Drive your pelvis forward as you reach into your archer row. Yes, and bring it back. Squeeze the inner thighs, drive, and bring it back. 6 more like this. So you're getting a torso rotation, which is working your obliques. You are squeezing your inner thighs to open your hip. Perfect. And you're working on your posture by keeping your shoulders down, lengthening through your arms. Beautiful. Last one. Good, and hold in that final position. And then send the arms forward. Let's make 2 fists. Pull your right arm down, the little tricep pull down. Release halfway. Good, pull it down and release. Nice, you have 6. If you need, you can lower your arms slightly. Perfect. You don't want any tension in the shoulder, so if you feel anything, lower it and then pull your shoulder back. Beautiful, it's small. Last 2, and squeeze your glutes together. Last 1, perfect, and rest. You can come back onto your kneeling position, shake that out. And we will start with that V to the W with the right arm. This time we start in our P stance, and then we don't come all the way back up. So we'll just come to the P stance. So arms are overhead, palms are forward, tension on your band. Sit back in your P sit, and then just come up to where we started and pull your left elbow down. 7 more. Reach and stretch, squeeze and bring it up. 4, 6, and squeeze. Good, so don't forget about this opposite arm. So this left arm is pressing out. All of these muscles on your left side are engaged as we work that right lat. You have 2, and squeeze. Good, pull your elbow down a little bit more towards my hand. Right there, yes, that's it, good. And bring your arms down. Return to your lunge, this time with the second side. Reset, so arms wide, elbows in. Squeeze your left glute, Squeeze your inner thighs and then drive and row. Nice, and bring it back. So before you move, focus on the initiation from the lower half of your body. So you can see right here, Danielle squeezes her glutes, she squeezes her inner thighs, and then she rotates. So engage everything from your midline, and then find your rotation for 3. Good, pull it back for 2. Keep that band engaged, yes, last one. Beautiful, hold this position. Let's make those 2 fists. Shift forward, pull it down for 8. And release for 7. Good, make sure you hold at the back. 6, and release for 5. Remember, you can lower your front arm. Squeeze your left glute. Beautiful. Last 2. And final 1, hold. And release, great job, shake that out. Beautiful, let's come down onto all 4s. So now we get to work our glute and our arm all together. Make sure your thumbs are hooked under, tension on your band. Left leg back, behind you, take your shift, squeeze your core so that your spine is long. Take your right arm out as you lift your left leg, and then lower. 7 more, lift and lower. Press down with your left hand. Keep the engagement in your core to protect your back, and it doesn't have to be big. So this band is not meant to be stretched really far, so just small. Feel the oblique engage, feel your core engage, and just take a second at the top. Last one, perfect. 2 hands down, take your leg back to this hovering position. Now glide back into your shift and return. Standing butt is doing the work this time. Reach and return. So I'm going to come behind Christina here. Pull her leg back. And notice how she's moving her standing butt back. Good. So do you feel that stretch through your hip as I pull your leg? Yeah, so that's that sensation I want you to feel at home. Imagine I'm behind you pulling your leg out and just tap that foot down. Back to those triceps. Let's make a fist with the right hand. Bring your elbow back. You can kind of rotate. We'll be looking slightly towards the back wall. Extend and squeeze. Extend and squeeze. Now here, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your left glute, keep your elbow up, and you have 3, and bring it in. Last 2, last 1, hold at the top, 6 left, 6, it's super small, 5, good, even smaller, 4, yes, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job, roll your shoulders out. Second side. We're almost there. Bring your hands down, find that separation in your P-band. Right foot back, shift. Lifting your leg and your arm together in 3, 2, 1. So lift out and down. Feel the tension of the band, and then release it down. So again, this one is really small. If you feel anything in the top of your shoulder, barely lift your arm off the ground. This is really firing up your abdominals, you're maintaining your shift, and it's all about that length. You have 2, good. Last 1, 2 hands down, hold the leg, back up in the hover, and threshold. So I'll pull Danny's leg this time, back. Good, now pull away from me on the way in, yes. So you can see the standing glute is being stretched, and she's getting this lift by squeezing her working glute. So your right glute at home, squeeze it to open the front of the hip, and then move your shift from your standing butt. You have 2, beautiful, and last 1. Good, hold your shift, catch that foot down. Let's make the fist and hit those triceps. Pull the elbow back and extend. Bend it in and lengthen. Keep the shoulder open. So make sure that this shoulder is not rounding forward, but your chest is open, your hips are slightly rotated. You have 4, and squeeze. This one's tough, so if you need to only do 6, totally fine. Last 2, last 1, hold. 6 little lifts for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your hand down, roll your shoulders out. How are we feeling?
Good.
All right, we're gonna finish off today with another plank series using the P-band. So to begin, again, you follow Christina for a modification. we are taking our tap out forward. So if you're taking the full plank, follow Danny. Wherever you are, press into your right hand, lift up, tap forward, and then up and open. Up and over, up and open. A little bit slower. Look at your band. Make sure it's not wiggling around. There should be tension. It should be straight. And your hips are not rocking because you're squeezing your glutes so much that your pelvis is stabilized. And in. Good, last one. Second side, here we go. Let's up and over, up and down. Perfect, up and down. So wherever you are, try and keep the hips still. Good, so you can hold your shift. Now take that left. There you go, yes. So you're continuing to feel that stretch through your abdominals. Squeeze the belly button in. Good, you have one more. Perfect, and rest. You can come down, roll your wrists out. We have one more. We'll be alternating with our legs on the hands, so working the glutes in the plank. Bringing your knee in and then driving it back and putting it down. Then bring your other knee in, driving it back and putting it down. So in the modification, in, back, and down, in, back, and down. Whatever option you are taking, don't bring your knee too far in. So Danny just brings her knee underneath her hips. And for this reason is to keep the glutes turned on. So if you take your knee too far forward, then your butt's going to turn off. So I'm trying to target the glute activation in this core series. Reach and out. This is beautiful. Nice, ladies. Let's take one more on each side. This is where we finish. Bring it in, drive it out, and down. Last one, squeeze, lengthen, and rest. Beautiful job. You can take the P.band off. How'd that feel?
I felt it.
Roll your wrists out. And then we'll turn the mats. And let's stretch out our glutes. So you can either follow Danny all the way down into a figure four in the back or taking a seated position. So wherever you are, just focus on engaging your core and relaxing your hips. So we're just allowing our hips to move. And if you are taking the option with your hands all the way in, try to release your tailbone down to the mat. So she's pulling in with her hands and then pressing away with the leg. So you should feel that separation in your vertebrae and just let the body melt into the mat. Take a deep inhale. Good, and exhale. Switch out your legs here. Perfect. If you're taking this option, I like to kind of move my standing leg around just a little bit. Yeah, just kind of internally and externally rotates your femur a little bit. Do whatever feels good for you. All I ask is that you breathe and just try and let any tension go that you're holding onto in your hips, in your pelvis, in your glutes. Good, and wherever you are, take one big deep inhale. And exhale, let's all come out of this. Lengthening our legs out so you can roll up to a seated position. Reach your arms up, stretch to the ceiling, inhale. And take a long spine forward fold, lengthening your hamstrings. And then when you can't go any farther here, roll yourselves down, let your chin tuck to your chest. And then roll yourselves up. Coming onto your feet, little crouch position. Relax your ankles. We'll straighten the legs one more time and then interlace the fingers behind the back to open up the chest, the shoulder girdle. Wherever you are, just tuck your chin and let the weight of your arms take your torso farther. Take one big deep inhale with me. And exhale, release your arms, soften your knees, and roll on up to standing, stacking your vertebrae all the way up. And really great job. That was an intense workout, and thank you so much, Danny and Christina.